Kate Koffee, you still around?
Yeah.
There you are. Okay, lost track of you. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Kate Koffee. The floor is yours.
Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to do this summer, first of all, actually, pause. This is fucking awesome right here. The vibes tonight are like fucking great. Just want to acknowledge that. All right. Anyway, we should do this again sometime.
It was Erica's idea.
Yes. Okay. So one of my goals this summer was to go through all of my various notebooks and planners and binders and receipts and basically anything that I had like scribbled shit down on and try to organize it. Didn't so much get organized, but I have a lot of it here, and I found a planner from last year, and I realized that on this day, last year, it has been exactly 1 year since I started taking antidepressants. And it's worked out pretty fucking great for me.
Woo!
Yeah. So, also, I have been referring to my antidepressant thing as my emotional renaissance, because I had the type of depression where you can't have an emotional reaction to things, like it just doesn't happen. And I knew for a while that I didn't react like other people, like I didn't get mad or really like have feelings about things, but then people started to die and I couldn't feel anything. So that's really when I was like, all right, this is a problem. Time to start some medicine, hopefully, that'll help this. All right. And this story is not a sad story. It's a great story. So it also feels super appropriate to share it here because almost a year ago, here is actually where my emotional renaissance really started. I came here to see my favorite person in the entire world perform, and I saw him, and this rush of affection like flooded my senses on top of the anxiety and like the existential despair and shit. And it was surprising. It was nice. It was great. So it meant that I had something to look forward to seeing every month.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus, these lights are weird.
They're work in progress. Apologies.
Go to the short one.
Go to the short one. Maybe that light. That might help.
Yeah.
See better.
Yeah, that works. All right. So, yeah, that was my first really emotional reaction to something. That's when I realized, like, for some Star Wars thing that I thought would impress one of my nerdier friends, and it actually turned out to kind of be the opposite of impressive. So, luckily the exchange happened over text, so he wasn't there to witness it, but I freaked out. I did not know what the fuck was happening. Like, I felt like I was gonna throw up. It was so weird, it came out of nowhere, and then I realized, holy shit, I'm embarrassed about this. And I was like crying from laughing so hard at just the ridiculousness of the situation. It was great, and I was like, I got embarrassed! That's so cool! Alright. The next milestone that really kicked it up happened over there in that parking lot at 4 in the morning, after one of the Floor Is Yours, like 9 ago, I think, when my best friend kissed me for the first time. Nothing romantic, but like it was, yeah. So then it felt like, so picture your brain as filing cabinets. Now picture all of the filing cabinets on the floor and their content spilling out everywhere. That is how I felt. There is no label to put on that, but it is like, to this date, the most visceral reaction that I have ever had. Manny was in the car with me when I was trying to drive back to City Cafe where he had left his car. I almost crashed the car 3 times. It was something. So I wrote about it. And then I started writing letters to him about it. And then I realized that I really, really, really like to write. That I liked something, first of all. That's an achievement. Second of all, I think I'm pretty good at the writing thing. So the rest of this story can kind of be conveyed through the stuff that I found through when I leafed through my notebooks. Let's find a thing. I don't know what I want to start with. All right. This is a reaction. The scent of chemically rendered strawberry hangs on my skin. I am moved by its sickly sweet imitation. I'd forgotten how possible it was to bottle memories until I on a whim decided to use that particular cheap perfume after several months of seeing it on my shelf but not touching it. As it settled on my clothes, the winter months came flooding back to me. It's amazing how something so fake can contain something so real. How it can bring his hands back to my body and the light of an empty parking lot back to my eyes. Along with the strawberry comes the taste of tobacco and coffee and mint and cold night air. Chemicals manufactured in a factory to simulate a summer fruit has been endowed with the feeling of deepest winter. It is amazing how something so fake can contain something so real. Yeah. Grief. The only thing I can feel as her poetry about you echoes around my skull. The nausea, knots twisting in my stomach, grief. At her despair in the flame of a destructive love gone cold. I had my heart broken vicariously. Grief for the person she wants so desperately to be, and who I tell myself I could be for you if you'd let me. Grief at the loss of you from my life once again. Grief that you've turned me away and I am no longer in the light of your faux salvation. My entire being is grieving for her loss and mine. All the ridiculous schemes and revenge plots. My adulation at every whim, at every thought. God damn it, bitch, I loved you! There, I said it. Now it doesn't matter though, but if I'm already on the subject, I gotta say it was ridiculous how you could never take a hint. All those nights that I spent by your side while your boyfriends were preoccupied. With you I went maybe too far. Not just in the miles we put on my car, but I mean drugs and secrets, emotions, and your lips. Music, places, time, and space, my interests were yours. And I guess Ryan Sella was right. That tattoo on my right thigh, yeah, I regret that today. I should have done this a few months ago, but I guess then I wasn't ready to really know what I already knew was true, and I knew it was true because I know you. Like a long overdue book, you just can't bother to give back. And I know the fees are piling up, but if I just relax, it'll disappear and I won't have to worry about what she might have to say, even though I do wonder, but I'm not ready for that confirmation, so I'll put it off for another day. See, that's what I thought this morning, up until this evening when I don't really know what happened. I was on Facebook, in my head there was a snap, and I suddenly had the courage to press send and confirm that, yeah, it's over. Even though I still don't exactly know what sin I committed. Forgive me my trespasses against you. It was like 5 words. Did it really take that little to disqualify all the nights that I spent by your side? I mean, all I wanted was for you to be happy. I really just should have kept my mouth shut and let the music play, let our music play. Do you remember that last drive to your house? We were so exhausted and our phones both gave out, so we listened to the Broadway station and they had just happened to play like 4 of our songs in a row. I promised that I would only let you go if you no longer wanted me to be there for you. the closest thing to paradise that I ever knew was me on my knees, eyes cast to heaven, staring straight up at you. Two girlfriends and 3 boyfriends later, and you're still hanging on to me. I won't let you go that easily. Because I chose you over my girlfriend, and I said, what she and I have is certainly temporary, but this doesn't ever have to end. In the eyes of others, we're in love. We are only in love in the eyes of others. We're not in love, we are in life together. His words taste better than yours. I wonder if his lips will too. And this is a voicemail that I wrote down. Dude, I know you probably weren't gonna pick up your phone, but I had to call you anyway, because it's like 3 a.m., but like, I had to call you. I just fucking happy cried for the first time since like 8th grade. Fuck, I'm still kind of crying. I realized while I was with my cast that I was like happy, like actually happy. It was clear-cut emotion. I was happy. I was so happy. For the first time since 8th grade. And I realized it, and I just started crying, and all I could say for a solid 4 minutes was, oh my God. Oh my God. And I went to my friend Belle, and I said, I'm happy. And the tears were streaming down my face, and she looked at me and she said, I am so proud of you. You did it. You can do this. You are always stronger than anything else. You did it. I am so proud of you. I love you so much. Good night.